Willie D Live.
What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you represent. Throw up the flag. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already, after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. I'll let a few hundred of y'all come in, then I'm going in. But in the meantime, in the between time, I'm going to give some shots out to the early birds, starting with dun, dun, dun. Mark Al, what's up? What it do? Who is that? Tedra Todd, Ted Rat, Tedra. Looks like Tedra Todd. Okay, Monica Core, what's up, Monica? Mr. Sloan, African Pride. Jonathan Jones, what it do? What is that? Quay? Yeah, you got to correct your language, homie. We don't do that around here, man. You got to shit and take that cap lock off for me, would you? So we're gonna get rid of that comment, man. Try again, buddy. You can comment, man. Just keep it clean. Because see, you put that in there, then next thing you know, somebody else doing it, and next thing you know, we got a whole chat of uncivilized mutts. So we don't want to do that. We don't want the message to get lost. You dig? So what's up, E. Williams? What it do? Time tells. Uncle Jack. What's up? What's up? Trio homie. Blair Stevenson. DD, what it do? E. Williams, Captain America. Jeremiah Hudson. What's up? Got Captain America in here. Not today. What's up, Quincy? Jay Blackwell. Linda Reeves. Big Nab, I'm going in, fam. Going in. So we got this rep out of Washington, D.C. named, what's her name? Pramila Jayapal. Pramila Jayapal. That's her name, Jayapal. Pramila is out of her mind, for lack of better words. I just don't understand these Democrats, fam. I do not understand how, once again, they have an alley hoop. This is an alley hoop. It's a layup. All you got to do is, and you got this. But time and time again, man, they just be out of control, man. They do some of the craziest things, say some of the craziest things. It's like they look a gift horse. It's like looking a gift horse in the mouth. You got it, man. You got it. All you got to do is don't mess it up. And here she comes talking about giving immigrants reparations for the trauma that ICE has caused them. Never mind that Black people have been suffering for centuries in this country and ain't seen a nickel. Man, you got to see this, fam. Check this out. I'm going to warn you right now, though. This is going to run you hot.
We need to outlaw for immigrants. That should not exist. These should not be there for profiteering for big corporations that then channel those profits back into this administration that facilitates them. And at the end of the day, when we are back in power, one of the important things we're going to have to do is balance a number of different things that need to happen. Number one, we need defensive reform. We need to stop the things that are happening that should not be happening. We need offensive reform. We actually need an immigration system that works and recognizes the contributions of immigrants to this country and establishes legal pathways for people to come to this country and for people to be able to get citizenship when they've been a part of our communities for so long. And then we also need offensive actions around prosecutions. We need real accountability, because at the end of the day, the people that have been inflicting this harm need to be prosecuted. They need to be brought before us, and they need to be held account for the trauma that they have created. And we are going to have some form of reparation for the kids and the families that have been traumatized through all of this. You talked about how there's no supports for people even once they're released. We need to make sure that we are funding that kind of work to continue to provide relief. We need to outlaw private.
So that was Pramila Jayapal. She's a rep in Washington, D.C., 7th District. Now, here's the thing. Before I go all the way in on her, I want to say this. Pramila has done some good work. She's an advocate for immigrants, immigrants that include Arabs, who else? She's down with the anti-Muslim thing and all of that. And, but she has supported immigrants in the past, including Somalis, the prevention of deporting Somalis, right? She has stood up for racial justice. She has oftentimes spoken against racism, systemic racism in America. So she has some record of, being supportive of a civil rights movement, the civil rights movement and the legislature. So she is one of those type of people that have called out the hypocrisy and the racism in this country. However, you got to be one tone deaf old hag to be sitting up here talking about giving some reparations to anybody before you start talking about giving reparations to Black folks. You got to be out of your mind. You Democrats, y'all need to get on code. Y'all need to sit your asses down in a room somewhere and figure out a plan. What y'all gonna do? Okay, y'all need to have some do's and don'ts. Look, man, we ain't gonna say, look, we got this, we got the midterms lock, stock, and barrel. We got it. All we got to do is don't mess it up. And this is what we gonna do. Okay, no talking about this, no speaking on this. If there's an issue, let's bring it to the table and figure it out first before we go public with it. Perhaps y'all all should be in a band or something first. Maybe get into a group or something. Maybe figure out a way to work together. Like, okay, look, find a spokesperson. Act like you're in a damn band and get a spokesperson and say, okay, we're going to filter all of our ideas through this person right here. He's going to be the figurehead. This is going to be the person that's going to speak for us on our behalf. Right now, we ain't saying jack. We're going to defer everything to our spokesperson because y'all messaging sucks, monkey nuts, real talk. This is akin to when Biden got in office And his first order of business was approving the anti-Asian bill. I'm not saying that there wasn't a need for an anti-Asian hate bill, but to put that before the anti-lynching bill when black folks been fighting for that for decades, that lets you know all what Biden was about. And it lets you know what their priorities were. This chick is out of her mind. She's out of her rabbit mind. I was scrolling these internet streets and I came across this post on Neighborhood Talk. Shout out to those people out there. They're doing a great job, phenomenal job. One of the comments that stuck out like a sore thumb, Dr. Boyce Watkins. Salute to Dr. Boyce Watkins, the homie. Boyce said this in regards to the representative's comments. Black people have been getting traumatized for 400 years. We were traumatized during hundreds of years of slavery while we watched our loved ones get their genitals amputated. We were traumatized through 100 years of Jim Crow, where we watched our parents get lynched in front of us. We were traumatized through the war on drugs, where you spent 40 years incarcerating our fathers. We are traumatized now as you've marginalized us from the economy. I'm sick and tired of the Democrats and the Republicans. They push Black people to the side and then expect Black people to support them in their nonsense. This is infuriating because Black people have been asking for reparations for decades and they've completely ignored us, but they're ready to give reparations to illegal immigrants. This is about as insulting as you can get. I ain't got no problem with that. Man, sit your ass down somewhere. Go sit in the damn corner. Pour some rice on the floor and sit on your, put your knees, get on your knees in the corner. And don't look back. Hell is you talking about giving some immigrants some damn reparations for being traumatized by ICE, something they've probably had a few weeks of, a few months of, and Black people been going through this shit for hundreds of years. Man, you better get up out of here. Must have lost your damn mind. We got 250 years of slavery. We got Jim Crow. We got redlining and systemic exclusion. We got generational wealth theft by force. We got lynchings. We got medical malpractice. We got bombing our towns. Land theft. Man, you better get up out of here. Ain't nobody in the front of the line. Ain't nobody skipping. I ain't got that big of a heart. Ain't nobody skipping. Ain't nobody skipping this line. I don't care what your situation is. Ain't nobody skipping this line. I ain't letting nobody skip. And that's not trauma enforcement. That's a continuous economic and legal system that built this country on the backs of Blacks while locking out Black people. That's the greatest part of the hypocrisy, is the fact that this country was built on the backs of Blacks, while simultaneously locking us out of the prosperity. So when we do get prosperity, you better believe we got it out the mud. Every damn step has been a challenge. Ain't nobody gave us jack. Even slavery, when you start talking about the Emancipation Proclamation, Lincoln ain't freed nothing. Blacks freed them their damn selves by going to war and fighting. We had to fight. We had to fight for our freedom. They try to act like we was just somewhere on the plantations, just picking cotton and chilling and, you know, kicking in and smoking on something. And then we got a message that we was free. And all of a sudden we we free, throwing up hats and dancing. No, hundreds of thousands of black people died on the front lines. The first person that died in the Civil War was a black man. Now we bled for this. We bled for everything. Nothing was given to us. Nothing. Lincoln freed the slaves not because he had a change of heart, because he didn't do it out of the goodness of his heart. He did it so that the South would not take over. The South was already winning. The South was killing the rest of the Union. He did it to save the Union because the South was succeeding. So he did it to save the Union. He didn't do it because he had a change of heart. He didn't do it out of the goodness of his heart. He said, we got to destroy this slavery thing because this is where the South is getting all of their power. If we hit them in the pockets, we can bust up this Confederacy. And then that's what they did. But then guess what these uncivilized must turn around and do? Instead of them giving reparations to the people who suffered during slavery for over 250 years, these uncivilized mutts gave reparations to the damn slave owners. So you can't be surprised that the United States was one of only 3 countries that voted against a resolution to honor or to recognize that slavery was the greatest crime in history, Slavery was the greatest crime in history. And reparations is due. United States and Israel said, nah, we ain't trying to hear that. Nah, they don't deserve reparations. Nah, they don't deserve that. Slavery don't deserve to be recognized as the greatest crime in history. United States, Israel, and Argentina. Remember those countries. That's what they think about us. That's what they think about you. Every one of those Democrats, not just the Democrats, her family members, she's a Democrat. She's recognized, she's identified as a Democrat. Every one of her family members, co-workers, her constituents, everybody should be on her head right now. You trying to mess up the play. Because you better believe a lot of black people are still messed up over that Biden situation. That's why a lot of them did not go to the polls the last time. You better believe that that's fresh on their minds. And they will stay home again despite what is happening right now. You big dummy. Ain't nobody getting jack till they pay back the black. That's right, I said it. Ain't nobody getting jack Cut the check, suckers. Sitting up here talking about, you got Nick Cannon up here talking about how he support Donald Trump. He liked Trump. You got Chile, TLC, over here sneak donating to the Trump administration. And this dude is straight up telling them, hey, y'all can like me all you want and you can listen to what I say. But look at what I'm doing. Like, they act like that don't even matter. And here's the thing. Trump ain't even trying to hide the fact that he's biased. He's not even trying to hide it. His administration is not trying to hide it. They've actually flat out said, we want to help the whites. This is for white people. This is for white people. You know, you ain't got to feel guilty or nothing. And hey, we're looking out for the white people in South Africa. This is the white people. They flat out telling you every day when they get rid of these programs and taking Black history out of schools and penalizing universities for having courses in Black history or related to Black history. They're taking down the names of Black soldiers who have, who have been on plaques, on buildings, statues, everything, taking them out all over the country, taking them down. And these Negroes are still talking about, well, Trump ain't racist. He's not racist. Okay, you got some money. Okay, you getting money. Cool. Okay, you like him because you getting some money and he getting money. He get to the money and you like the idea of people getting to the money by any means necessary. And you feel like some kind of way you're going to get a break. He getting money, you're going to get a break some kind of way. He going to give you a break on your taxes. He going to give you some type of break. So you're supporting him really for that. You really don't want to say it. You ain't got the balls to really go out, to step out and really just say what it really is. But you like him for that, right? You like him because he going to save you some money. All money ain't good money. This chick here, she clueless. Y'all got a slam dunk, man. You got a layup. You got a damn layup. All the Democrats really got to do is just show up to the damn polls. Anybody running on the Democratic ticket, even if they're not qualified, they can win. Because people are that fed up with the Republican Party. But these fools are about to give it away before the people can even cast their votes. You think people just gonna let that slide? Sitting up here talking about, and she presented it before Congress, so she had to write it down. She had to think about what she was gonna say. Nobody told her, hey, I don't think you should say that. Like nobody said, well, because even if you are in the Democratic Party and you're a racist, it would behoove you to say, hey, I don't think that's a good idea if you say that. I don't think, because the blacks, they ain't gonna like that. And we're gonna need the blacks if we're gonna win. We're gonna need their support. We need that. We've been up here debating Black reparations for decades. I'm talking about at a federal level with no action. Even when proposals come up, they usually stall and they gotta study it. But she gonna jump right in the front skip the line talking about some damn immigration reparations. We going through all of this hell. Meanwhile, she come up with a newer issue that gets framed with more urgency and stronger language. Man, if you don't get up out of here, let me tell you Democrats something. I'm going to tell y'all Democrats something. I'm talking to you politicians. Political optics matter. Political optics matter. To a lot of people, it looks like a group with a long-standing claim hasn't been addressed, while another group is being prioritized in messaging. That's what it sounds like. That's what it looks like. Now, that's whether that's intent or not. I'm telling you what the optics are. And I'm telling you that's not a good look. Y'all need a damn spokesperson. Y'all need to go to the drawing board. Like, get on the same damn page. Let me tell you what's extremely insulting, right? Supporters of compensation for immigrants, they often try to frame their argument around the civil rights movement, wrongful detention, government misconduct. That's closer to lawsuits and settlements traditionally, right? Reparations is a whole different level. That's a whole other level. Reparations is historical, right? That's a whole different conversation. And I'm talking about specifically Black reparations. I'm talking about historical debt, systemic harm across generations, and government-sanctioned injustice over centuries. Did you hear what I said? I ain't saying no damn days, a few damn weeks or months. I said centuries. That means your great-grandpappy, your great-great-great-great-grandpappy, great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great people that you don't even know what they look like. It go back that far. It go back so far you can't even get to all of your people. This ain't even just about policy, fam. This is about hierarchy and attention. This is about hierarchy and focus. Like, what are y'all doing over there? Like, y'all retarded or something? Y'all retarded? Like, y'all don't understand what's going on? The party need to have some type of representation where somebody could come through and pull the coattail and say, hey, this ain't, no, we ain't doing that. And you messing up the bag. Going to the comments. One Sword, what up? Merced, what up? Somebody said that's your Democrat. Let's go, Trump. Joe, let me remind you that Donald Trump, your president, is in those Epstein files playing with little girls. You approve of that? He's in those Epstein files accused of playing with little girls. Yeah. You approve of that? That's still your guy? That's your guy. That's who you standing behind. Nick too, Nick Cannon. Nick. Trump is in those Epstein files, accused of playing with little girls. You still like him? Yeah, fam. I'm out. This just goes to show you, and it proves further that it's one big club and you ain't in it. No more talk.